Today I want to talk about femininity. And femininity is tough because you cannot perform it. It is real, it is inside of you, it is ingrained in you. And to get to be feminine, you have to work on your inner self and heal and love yourself, develop your true self, embrace yourself, and completely protect yourself. Other people are going to see you as a threat because if you are healed, if you are completely true and real and humble and secure, laid back, they're going to see you as a threat and they are going to try to humble you and hurt you and drain your energy. So you do not owe any person in this world the real you if they're going to drain you. So what I do is I put a nice little boundary up. It's silent but effective, and I am polite, but they don't get any of the real me. Hi, how are you? Oh, good. Okay, I gotta go. Okay. And this goes for social media as well. I rarely look on social media because it is filled with humble bragging, trolls, hateful posts, rage bait, opinions that have nothing to do with you, most every post in the world. And what it ends up doing is still finding a way to drain your energy. So you need to protect yourself, your beautiful inside self, and find people who would die for you, pretty much, okay? Me and my husband connected because I met him in college. I did not have a car. He had a car, and he said, you can keep my car. You can drive it. You can keep it at your house. I'm going to walk everywhere. And that was the first time that my nervous system relaxed. And I was like, wow, okay, this might actually be a safe person that I can let my guard down with. And he continuously proved himself over and over, things like that. He cooked for me all through college. He spent so much money, and we didn't even have that much money in college. And I know that man would die for me. So another thing that you have to be careful about, femininity, you like life easier, more laid back, mode. So it's kind of a habit to find someone to be submissive to. And this is another thing that you need to protect yourself on. Because unless I know that every single day my life benefits and gets better, I will submit to the person on those conditions. If I know that they 100% try and do everything to make my life as good as it can possibly be. And that's trusting them. But if that ever changes, you cut them off the same way, because that is also protecting yourself. So many feminine women are stuck because they haven't learned how to protect themselves and keep people from using them. You need to never, ever mother a man. Never just give out compliments all the time. Okay, this attracts insecure men. Men who are broken inside and are going to use you, okay? Secure men. Whenever I give my husband a compliment, because I love giving compliments, he's like, yeah, I know. He doesn't think twice about it. So for us women, we need to mother ourselves so hard, okay? We need to make sure we get every single vitamin, look our best, feel our best, get the best kind of energy, workout, foods, everything. And that is what we put our energy into. And when masculine, secure men see women doing this, they crave that because they are naturally wired to want to provide and protect for us. So they are naturally going to want to help you and help protect you and help you in the best way. The thing about my husband and my father, I've never seen them in my life be jealous. They will just, if they see any kind of harm, someone flirting with me or anything happen with my mom, they will softly, confidently, kindly shut down the situation. And that is called protecting. And so many toxic men are so insecure. They freak out. They blame things on you. They put their feelings out there. That is feminine. That is broken. You do not want to put yourself in the position to ever attract anyone like that. Growing up, I had a lot of insecure people surround me. And I was with a lot of women more than men, I would say. I also have 7 sisters. I love my sisters so much, and I'm just such good friends with my mother. These are not the insecure women I'm talking about, but in my life, through school, through friendships, I was in a smaller town, so I had to, put up with a lot just to keep the peace. I went through a lot, and I got bullied a lot. And the thing about femininity is that you go through things, such hard things, but you never get hardened. You still trust and you still love. I will never say that I hate women or women are mean or anything. Same with men. But every single thing that people do, when I first notice them, I analyze them. I have to make sure they are safe and kind. I get, when I'm at my job, I get a lot of snarky comments, and I just answer very kindly. I know it's not me. We as feminine women are a mirror to those who have to perform femininity, and they get really angry at that. So you can only come from a place of understanding and love and respect, but never ever give a reaction or disrespect other people. Never. Because they, deep down, if we understood every person, they don't deserve that. And at the end of the day, all they're wanting is a reaction too. So that would just be making them even happier. So like I said, I have 7 sisters. And growing up, every single day, even if my father was sick, my dad would work full-time as a plumber, and then he would work after 5, after he got off, another 8 hours for his business. He worked constantly. And then on top of that, on the weekends, my mom had a big list for him to check off, and he did everything. I went to work with him in high school, and every day I wondered how he does this. It was so hard. And I have never, ever in my life seen my dad raise his voice, and I've never seen my parents argue, because my dad was healthy, very secure, masculine man. And I was so fortunate to see that be embodied. And my mother, on the other hand, she worked very hard. She raised 8 kids. And she worked on the business whenever she could. And she always put us first, which I really, really appreciated as well. So I looked for these instincts subconsciously in my husband. And he is such a soft-spoken man. And he worked 2 jobs while I was pregnant, so I didn't have to. He never complains. Secure men are going to be stable through anything. I was very busy working and going to school, and I would go up to 3 days without texting my husband, and he just stood back and respected that. He was fine. And when I first met my husband, he did not want anything too physical, after a really good amount of time to really get to know each other. And it's a huge red flag if a man ever brags or has to put other people down to feel better, and that goes for anybody, even if it's a janitor or anything. If they put that up, they are insecure, and they are going to be very, very toxic in your life. Like I said, femininity and masculinity never have to compete with each other. Humble, very, very humble. You want to let men court you. You want to let men do a bunch of things for you if they want to. If you start telling him no, you don't have to, that's bossy. And masculine men don't really like to be controlled. So you let them spoil the heck out of you if they want to. Thing that my mom was very right about is talking soft, talking clear, and being punctual. And my mom would never let us say the word butt or fart. We had to say bum or toot, because it's very classy and feminine to, not be vulgar. And I've had to stop cussing per se as much as I used to, because that's also and if a masculine man is not doing everything for you that you deserve, then yes, push back and challenge him. Masculine men do not like a pushover. They just like a strong and soft woman. But before you challenge them, you should really deeply think and explain it in a very nice way, and then listen. Feminine women are usually listeners. They give more in conversations than they take. They don't dominate conversations. So yeah, you always want to, stand up for yourself and what you believe in. So my life right now, I have a 3-year-old, and I work 2 days out of the week, part-time. My husband always tells me, he's like, you can do absolutely anything you want to. I don't care when you work, I don't care where you work at, it's just whatever makes you happy. And he pays all of the bills, which is very nice. And he wants me to spend on whatever I want to be happy. I try to be responsible, and yeah, he gives me my space. And another thing is that my personality, I've always been a little bit more quiet and a little bit boring per se. But I don't need to talk much. And the first date that me and my husband had, we were talking, because that's just what I felt like. And then the next week we hung out again, and I wasn't in the mood to talk. I was just happy. So we drove like an hour, and I just didn't really want to talk, so I was just chilling. And he kept looking at me. He was like, wow, you're real. You're just real. And I was like, I don't know, whatever. You know? So even if it's not textbook, you know, what you're supposed to do, um, just be authentic. He said he loved me like 2 days after that, and it's just great because we don't have to talk if we don't want to. Um, just very, very chill, happy relationship. So you don't want to perform. Performed femininity is very obvious and kind of so heal and protect your beautiful self. Be calm, be kind, be respectful, mother yourself, and blossom in every single way that you possibly can. And you will attract men that want to do all of that for you.